A heinous crime, a nursery worker's callousness leads to a baby's tragic death. In a shocking and heartbreaking case that has sent ripples of horror and disbelief throughout the nation, a callous nursery worker named Kate Roughley has been found guilty of manslaughter in the tragic death of a 9-month-old baby girl, Genevieve Meehan. Genevieve's untimely demise occurred on May 9, 2022, at the Tiny Toes Nursery in Cheadle, Hulme, Stockport, where she was under the purported care and supervision of Roughley, the deputy manager. A 4-week trial at Manchester Crown Court revealed the chilling details of Genevieve's final hours, exposing a pattern of neglect and cruelty that ultimately led to her untimely end. Prosecutor Richard Wright KC argued that Roughley had placed the defenseless infant in mortal danger by strapping her face down to a beanbag for an unconscionable period of more than 90 minutes. This cruel and inhumane punishment, inflicted as a form of discipline, deprived Genevieve of oxygen and ultimately caused her suffocation. During the trial, harrowing CCTV footage captured Roughley's repeated expressions of frustration with the young child in the hours and days preceding her death. In one particularly disturbing clip, Roughley is seen picking Genevieve out of her cot and placing her impatiently on a play mat, muttering "vile" and 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Within an hour, Roughley's demeanor had shifted to one of mockery and indifference. She was seen clapping and singing, "Oh Genevieve. Genevieve, go home. Genevieve, go home, Genevieve," as the child cried inconsolably on the play mat. Genevieve's mother, Katie Meehan, sat in the public gallery, her heart heavy with grief and disbelief as the jury returned their unanimous verdict of manslaughter after 5 hours and 46 minutes of deliberation. Roughley, devoid of any visible emotion, was taken into custody, facing the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence. Outside the court, Genevieve's father, John Meehan, expressed the profound pain and devastation that had shattered their family. "We long desperately to see her smile, to hear her laugh, and to feel her warm embrace," he said, his voice choked with emotion. To many, Genevieve is just a baby that was seen on CCTV or discussed in evidence during this trial. But to us, she is our precious and wonderful daughter, and she is not to be defined by the manner of her death. Meehan described Genevieve as a vibrant and loving child who brought immense joy to their lives. "She was kind, affectionate, and mischievous," he said. "She loved to laugh, to play with her tambourine, to eat spaghetti bolognese, and spend time with her big sister." Overwhelmed by anger and anguish, Meehan condemned Roughley's callousness and selfishness, accusing her of putting her own convenience and interests above Genevieve's life. "Knowing what she had done, she could have taken responsibility and saved our family from enduring the horror of this trial," he said. However, such a basic act of decency was beyond her. Detective Inspector Charlotte Whalley, of Greater Manchester Police, described Roughley as a callous and negligent individual, responsible for the preventable loss of an innocent life. Genevieve should have gone home to her family that day, and it was down to the actions of Kate Roughley that she did not, Whalley said. "At the heart of our investigation is a family whose lives have been torn apart, siblings who will grow up without their sister, parents who will bear the pain of her loss for the rest of their lives, and loved ones who will never get to watch Gigi grow and flourish." Karen Tonge, a specialist prosecutor for the Crown Prosecution Service, expressed outrage at Roughley's blatant disregard for the child's well-being and life. "It is difficult to comprehend how someone in such a position of trust could have such a complete disregard for a child's well-being and life," Tonge said. "Her actions and inactions have had devastating consequences." As the dust settles on this heartbreaking case, the legacy of Genevieve Meehan will serve as a somber reminder of the importance of trust, compassion, and ethical care in childcare settings. The prosecution's relentless pursuit of justice for Genevieve and her grieving family sends an unequivocal message that such heinous acts of negligence and cruelty will not be tolerated.